Hello, Divine Destiny Guide here. Scorpio, I'm back with another message for you. I hope you're doing well. Season's greetings. If this is your first time, I hope that this message will resonate with you and you'll become a part of the tribe here. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so very much for your love, your light, your thumbs up, your comments, your subscription. It is greatly appreciated and has not gone unnoticed. Thank you very much. Wow. Wow. Spirit is speaking. The first card is the Moon. Then the Ace of Pentacles. And then the King of Pentacles, Scorpio. So the Moon can be fear, illusion, not knowing what's ahead. I see she has a torch so that, she can see her path. It's dark, it's scary. I see in the background wolves. So some of you really, or I can say some of us, really had some challenges, or maybe some of you are going through this right now. It's like the valley of the shadow of death. It is only you and the divine. I see she has like 3 keys, that could be, relationships that you've had to walk away from. You had oppositions, challenges. I'm reminded of the scripture, when the wicked, even my enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they will stumble and fall. The war should rise up against me, my heart shall not fear. Because I see all these wolves in the background. Some of you have already gone through this. Some of you have already gone through it. Some of you are going through it right now. Some of you are getting ready to go through this season right now. But see, you have your torch and you're forging ahead. Thy word is a light unto my feet and a lamp unto my path. So even though for a lot of you, some of you, the future may be looking dark, dreary, scary. People are looking at you to see, how are you going to do? Are you going to fall? Some are looking just to pounce on you, to attack you. But I just want you to know that you are the light. You are chosen. Spirit is with you. And because of that, you have received, Spirit is giving you, or Spirit already gave you, this Ace of Pentacles, this new stability. So this tells me too that for a lot of you, you're not grounded. You don't feel very secure right now when it comes to your finances. But see, this is what you don't see coming, because right now you're in a season, it looks like winter. It's cold, it's dreary, it's lonely, it's like walking through a barren land. But what you don't see, look at this, it's like the gold, the sun, the green, the abundance, your green pasture that is so lush. Is that Spirit already have this laid out for you? This fresh start with your stability, your security, male or female. You are the King of Pentacles. Very grounded, very hardworking, very loyal. Maybe some of you just maybe had some bad investment. Some of you, you're fired or laid off, whatever it is, you're not working. And so right now, like I said, the future looks very dim. And for those of you who are not going through this season, maybe this is just a warning that whatever it is that you have now, you're working on, you know, be, what's the word? For lack of a better word, I would say frugal, but save, manage your money well, because you work hard for it. So therefore, in order to avoid this, because at least you get the heads up, you know, the 10 of Wands. If you don't, then this is what can happen. And you see, this reminds me of the prodigal son too, you know, who got all this money, this wealth, and he told his dad, give me my inheritance. The dad did it. His heart was heavy, but he gave it to him anyway. And he went out, met these wrong people, and they just pretty much hung around him for his money, what he had. But as soon as the money was done, they left him. He ended up having to work for somebody feeding the pigs. And he found himself taking scraps and crumbs from the pigs. And then he finally realized, oh my goodness, my father hires servants. They're not living like this. Why am I out here? And so he went back home. And his father was very happy to see him. I mean, some of us would have said, you already got what you had. Stay out there. Don't come back, right? But this is just a story of how the divine is loving and forgiving. You know, it's that one sheep that is left out there. The divine will leave that 99 to go and look for that one lost sheep. And so when he returned home, his father actually threw him the biggest party. So for some of you, you have lost. But remember, your past is only a lesson for your future. Your past, Scorpio, is actually propelling you into your future. Don't allow the things of the past to determine where you're going. Take it as a lesson. If you're fired, if you're laid off, you're going through a tough patch right now. You have a setback. Use that as a setup for a comeback. Use that time to strategize, to prepare your next move. If you are going through divorce, have been divorced, or a failed relationship, but even though that person you feel broke your heart and did all these horrible things, some of you from that connection, you had a child, you had children who you love. So you can still be grateful that even from something so toxic, you have these wonderful, beautiful, handsome child or children in your life. So it's about perspective. It's about mindset. It's about how we look at things. And you just know that no matter what you're facing right now, is that the divine will work it out for you. So even though the future may look, or in the past, or going forward, you may hit any bumpy road, it doesn't last, because one thing that I know is that trouble does not last always. So the card that fell out is the 8 of Wands. So something will be coming in quick. You're going to get some message, some news will be traveling fast. Maybe email, some of you may be getting a phone call that will change the direction of your future. Because see, it's always when we're down to the last, when we've tried everything, that's when we actually say turn it over to the divine. The divine is like our last resort. Be honest, most of the time we try things on our own first, and then this is when deliverance, this is when we get the answer. Some of you are so hopeless right now, or in the past you were, but if you are if things are a bit shaky, because see, all of us are going through, it's a cycle. Is either you're getting ready to go into a storm, you're coming out of a storm, or you're in the middle of a storm. So for whatever area of this storm or this life that you're in, Scorpio, this season, I want you to know that all of this is only a preparation for your future. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, neither has it entered into the heart of man what the divine, what God has in store for you. Something will be coming in hasty, quickly. Spirit is telling you, slow and steady win the race. You get the Ace of Pentacles, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady. So you're getting something, an offer, a fresh start, an idea from the divine. Think, strategize, come up with a good idea. How you're going to invest this money. How you're going to create whatever you're creating, you're working on. This is the time to start to brainstorm, get new ideas, temperance, balance out certain things. Some of us have ways and tendencies that spirit will have to put to an end. Death. The way that you're thinking, it needs to be transformed. This requires us to renew our mind. The way we think, put an ending to negative thinking. What we think about, we bring about, we manifest that. And I know I'm human too. When these fears creep in, we start out with the moon. We don't know what it is. Remember, fear is false evidence appearing as real. What you see in front of you is not your reality. So what you see is the fear of, how am I going to do it? How am I going to survive it? How am I going to make ends meet? How am I going to survive moving forward without this connection, these people in my life, without this job, whatever the situation is? But fear is an illusion. You don't realize right behind you, spirit is like tapping you on the shoulder, saying, I have something for you. But I need you to think positive. I need you to change your attitude, because that will take you to a new and different altitude. To clarify, Knight of Pentacles, the Six of Swords. Spirit wants you to move on to calmer water. Put an ending to whatever friendship, toxic friendship, people with narcissistic tendencies and traits, people who you see the red flags waving in front of you, you're ignoring that. All these swords, words, people use them to backstab you, to betray you, to break your heart. to disappoint you, to leave you, you know, in a state of confusion. Spirit wants you to move on to calmer water. Like I said, your past is a preparation for your future. All of these swords that they use, some of them you're going to take them on your journey with you. Some of us have been through things, have done things in our life. Some are very colorful. You don't even want to remember yourself, right? But for where you are going on the other side that is directed by Spirit, Scorpio, you will use some of these as your testimony. Some of these will be used to encourage, to build up, to edify, to motivate others. Don't allow fear to hold you back. Don't be discouraged. Man can disappoint, but the divine appoints. And some of you, you have this idea, you know what is laid on your heart, but you are scared to step out and do it. Because of fear. But what I like is that, you know, at least you're still moving forward. You're still holding on to that thought, that idea. But what you need to do is put it into action. Because this seed that you're given, this idea, it is useless. This seed, if you don't put it in the ground to germinate, Scorpio, it's of no use to you. You have to manage this well. Move on to calmer water. Leave Babylon. Leave distraction. Leave the negative thinking, the gossiping, the hating. Leave those in the past. Because better and greater is ahead of you. See, the 6 of Wands. Better and greater is ahead of you. You will be celebrated. You will be victorious. You will reap if you faint not. That is faith. When you're walking in the dark, sometimes you have to feel in this life. You don't know where you're going, but go scared anyway. Because if you are thinking of doing anything that is not bigger than you, that does not scare you, then your idea is not big enough. Go with what scares you. Because we serve a big, a creative God, divine. There's nothing small about the divine. So dream big, think big. Don't allow, you know, it's like a cat trying to scare you, trying to make a sound like a lion. That's what fear is. And when you see it's a cat trying to grow like a lion, you know, you just get out of my way, right? You, oh my goodness. Your past is a preparation for your future. Go scared anyway. And I see here some of you are going scared anyway. The eyes are on you. I see the wolves in the back. You know, it's like walking through a cemetery. The smoke is on the ground, the fog. Everywhere, everything, the grass is dried up and dead. But you have your torch and you are moving. And that's important. Go scared. You're thinking, Spirit give you a business idea. How am I going to do this? What if I fail? People are watching me. They're going to laugh at me. Go scared anyway. That is when you know that the divine is with you. That is when you know the divine is with you. At the back of the deck is the King of Cups. Loving, generous, honest. go scared anyway. There is something big and beautiful. You're going to be victorious at the end of this. You don't see it, but it's up ahead. News is coming in fast. Some of you are going to get it quicker than others. You know, the Knight of Pentacles coming in slow and steady. But don't give up. Legacy. Some of you will be leaving a legacy, an inheritance for your children. You'll be building that empire. Your work will be passed down to future generations. Harvest the gift of your ancestors. These gifts are also yours. So for those of you who are detached and disconnected from your ancestors, Spirit wants you to open that door. But for a lot of you, you are, and what you're moving towards will lead to legacy, generational wealth. Some of you at the back of the deck is workaholic. You're going to have to put some time into it. Spirit says having strong work ethic and giving it not 100, but 110% all the time. If you want to work at your own business, I'm telling you, you know, that's the thing. Being a business owner, it's a great accomplishment. But sometimes it's the hardest that you will work. But again, you know you're doing it for yourself. You know you're doing it for your generation to come. And when you do what you love, you will not work a day in your life. So you will be putting in, some of you, you're already doing this right now, 110%. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So your hard work will pay off. Spirit is warning those of you who are unmotivated and using laziness as a way of sabotaging yourself. Spirit is telling you not to do that. You know, you're going to sleep on yourself. Hard work doesn't kill anybody. You know, you strengthen yourself. Again, when you do what you do, you're passionate about it. At the back of the deck is Rescuer. Some of you may be going in the medical field as well. Medical assistant, home health aides, nursing assistant. You know, nurses, doctors, whatever it is. Wow, this was at the back of the deck, Rescuer. It came back out again. Someone in your life may help you get back on track. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Just don't give up, Spirit is saying. Just don't give up. Some of you, you're thinking about giving up because you're putting in the hard work. And, you know, you don't see anything, the results of your labor. And Spirit is telling you to don't give up. It is always too soon to quit. Always. Sometimes you're this close, but like I said, right behind you. You know, this reminds me of goodness and mercy following me all the days of my life. Right behind you. You have blessings, you have prosperity. For some of you, this is coming in quickly. For some of you, slowly, gradually. Because the bigger the dream, you know, you can't rush this thing. The bigger the cake, it's going to take time. And you are dreaming big, you're thinking big. So therefore, just hold on, just hold on, just hold on. Loss. A major phase in your life is ending. Embrace newness. See? And that's on top of the death card, Scorpio. Let go of what was so you can focus on your energy, on what is ahead of you. Come on now. Some of you, Spirit is warning that the grief of loss continues to be an obstacle in your life. And a lot of us are grieving different things. It could be the death of a loved one, and my condolence. Some of you, it's the death of relationships. As I said, you're going to have to lay to rest a lot of, people, places, and things that are not serving you. And as you're in that hermit mode and spirit is working on you, the loneliness is setting in, especially this time of the year that is filled with so much celebration. But spirit have a new thing for you. Spirit is saying embrace newness, new people. These are going to be your soul tribe. These are going to be your soul tribe. At the back of the deck is emotions. Focus on your love life instead of work. So some of you, it's the relationships. If you're married or in a relationship, maybe spirit is saying you're working too much in that area, in certain areas. So it's all about balance, temperance, So careful not to allow work to interfere with your love or the other way around. Maybe focusing on one area, it's not balanced. So spirit wants us to have balance. Okay, don't allow your emotions to get the better or the best of you. That's what spirit is warning there. So you have to release people, places, and things. But I can guarantee you that these new people, that are coming into your life, or this new life, this new outlook on life of abundance, of prosperity, knowing who you are. Because those old people, they don't get you. As far as they know, you're crazy, because the way you're thinking, the way you're talking, it's like foreign to them. But this is because you are upgraded, you're healed, you're chosen. You can't stay there anymore. Spirit, clarify. 6 of Swords. You can't stay there anymore. You can no longer continue to think small. Spirit is leading you out. And again, it is scary. But spirit is leading you out of desolation, out of poverty, out of heartache, out of disappointment, out of loss, Scorpio. Spirit, know that you deserve, you have something in you. Many are called, but few are chosen. And you are one of the few. So you can't settle. And this is why right now you may be feeling lost, because you're mourning those people. But not everybody can go with you to where you're going. Not everybody can. It is sad, but it's the truth. Not everybody can go there. Spirit, clarify. 6 of Swords. Wow. I'll take these 3 and finish with that. So leadership, you're stepping into a role as a leader. You are ready. So after you go through that purging, that isolation, spirit is going to give you that download. Your DNA is going to be upgraded, Scorpio. Now you're going to think different. You're royalty. You're chosen. Your career will improve once you accept and step into your power. So you are waiting on the divine, and the divine is actually waiting on you to step up. Spirit is warning you about following the crowd in fear of putting yourself out there. Okay? So this is why Spirit, to clarify, Spirit wants you to move on. Leave what is not serving you. Leave what's not serving you. Real estate. Any dealing in real estate will be profitable at this time. Scorpio, realtor, loan officer, appraiser, or any career in real estate. This is something that only takes in most states 2 weeks to do the training, and you study, you pass the state exam. And with this, you can apply for license in other states as well. So, this is a great investment, Spirit is saying. Spirit is also telling us to build a solid foundation, you know, prior to building several stories above it. So we need a solid foundation, Scorpio, in order to get to where we're going. So this may be the path for some of you. You may be thinking they have courses that you can take how to manage property as well. That is something that in some places it's 1 week. You know, so that's important. Crafter, a talent is just waiting to be expressed with your hands. Some of you are very good with your hands, guys, or ladies too. Mechanic, AC, I mean, those are very profitable business depending on the state especially you're in. You know, working with your hands. Some of you making jewelry. Some of you, these are things that you already know how to do. Homemade products, jewelry, or some kind of craft project. Spirit is telling you to start a small business at home by creating novelties by hand. You know, just today, an old friend called me, you know, and she told me she'll be baking cake for Christmas. You know, I don't like fruit cake. I don't really drink alcohol, but I told her I will support her. You know, I'll take it and I'll give it to other family members, you know, especially who are having parties and stuff like that. So that